Alright everybody, we are here back at Jorge Chavez International Airport, and we are heading from Lima to another place which we're actually going to be spending 1 month in here in Peru. Our flight is going to be leaving here in probably like 30 minutes or so. I'm really excited. It's going to be a completely different climate, really interesting cultural place. Either way, really excited to show you what we're going to be seeing for the next month and more adventures here in South America. Buenas noches, everybody. We have made it to Cusco. The plane is loud as heck. The mountains are dark behind us, but we are somewhere new and fun. So we did take some medication that we bought in Lima called Antivital, and it's sort of like a coca medication to alleviate altitude sickness. And we took it, so I don't feel sick, but we are out of breath just by going up like this much of an incline for like 5 seconds. And he's the bathroom, and I stood up really quickly, and it had that like low blood pressure feeling where you get a little lightheaded. I've experienced this before when hiking high altitude in Colorado, but I've been living at sea level for like the past year at least. So definitely not acclimated. It's gonna take me a few days, so no crazy hikes or adventures. Probably just a lot more eating, which I can deal with. Can you? We're on the same page.
Yes.
All right, everybody. So we are still making our way towards our Airbnb here in Cusco. We put in the GPS address that came up on Google Maps, but took us to the completely wrong place. Some really sketchy area, not anywhere looking like the area of San Blas, which we are currently in right now. So we took another Uber. Luckily, it was only like $1.50. And yeah, it's really pretty. There's a church behind us right now. And we still don't know exactly where Airbnb is, but you know we have to go up some steps, which is going to be tough with like about a 50-pound checked bag to lug up those stairs at high altitude. Already feeling a little tired.
It hurts to stand. I want to cry. My head hurts so bad.
We took some medication beforehand too, so I'd only imagine how we feel without it. Anyway, we're gonna venture to get to our Airbnb. So pretty. I see locals that are hanging out, having a beer on these quaint little streets, and as you can see, not very stroller friendly, but lots of inviting restaurants and bars. One of the things on my mind right now, it's getting up this hill where we have a ton of stairs awaiting us. So we just barely are snagging in a late dinner here in Cusco. It's about 10:30 p.m., very late for not as big of a city as Lima, of course. And we just found this place. It's only like a 7-minute walk away, right in Plaza San Blas. Se llama Naturale. Got it, barely. My Spanglish is at an all-time high. Anyway, we're ordering some food. This is doing a bit of an Italian dish with pesto, which pesto is always freaking delicious. And I had to get something a little bit more Peruvian, so I got quinoa soup. Really excited, really hungry, definitely feeling altitude. And then we're gonna head to bed and then do it all again tomorrow morning. We have a wonderful Airbnb. But anyway, let's continue to explore Cusco, Peru. Good morning, everybody, from our bite-sized Airbnb in Cusco, Peru. Woke up this morning with an altitude headache and chewed on some coca leaves, which was an interesting experience. Not the tastiest, but didn't do it for the taste, did it for the medicinal properties. Now I guess I can say I've tried cocaine. No, not the same thing. Same general plant, but not the same exact thing. So anyway, we have our beautiful little bedroom here, which decent sized bed for Vanessa and I, maybe like a double or something, I don't know. Works for us. Beautiful little artwork of a flower on the wall, and it's not that well lit because of kind of being like an underground sort of room, it feels like. Not underground, but not very many open windows. Let me show you the view that we can get if we just peel the curtain back. Oh, there we go. And if you thought that view was good, wait till I show you the rest of the Airbnb at a later time, guys. We have the first floor for our room, and there's about like 4 different floors. It's kind of like a share house sort of style, and there's common areas with some great views as well. Can't wait to show you. Anyway, let's check out the rest of our Airbnb. And then from the main door, we have our living area, which has been a little bit gone crazy because we just came in last night and just dropped our stuff off and briefly unpacked, nothing crazy. So as you can see, we have a few different couches and seats, a bit of a table for dining or probably working at this point. And yeah, a little pot, urn, whatever you want to call it, which is actually going to be used for more of a primitive sort of heating system, which we're excited to try out because it gets a little colder at night. And then as long as I duck, I can make it into the kitchen, which is actually a great kitchen. I'm so happy for it, for the place we have. As you can see, there's plenty of space. Got a counter, well, this is the fridge, which is a mini fridge that should work for all sakes and purposes. Got a few different counters for food prep and doing dishes and drying things off. A sink, and then 4 burners with some different cookware, which maybe you can get more crazy later, but just for basics and save your money on eating out every meal, really excited to have this. Now, a really great thing that many hosts in Cusco do is they leave different herbal teas or remedies, especially ones that help you cope with altitude, which Cusco is infamous for. So my host is no exception. He gave us a nice collection of coca leaves, which you can either chew on, which I did because I was impatient, didn't want to make tea, and just kind of took a wad, chewed on them to soften them up and get the juices, then you tuck it in your cheek like maybe like a pouch of chewing tobacco. If you've ever done that sort of thing, don't recommend it. And then just suck out the juices until they get dry, maybe for like 15-30 minutes or so, and then hopefully that'll help. Did it help me? Nah, but maybe I need some more in my body. We'll see. All right, now it is time to explore the beautiful town of Cusco during the daytime, and we were already stunned by the beautiful white buildings, sort of like Spanish architecture with the pots, but we wanted to check out San Blas Plaza, which is the major hub of San Blas, and they actually have a small market that happens on Saturday mornings. It is definitely worth checking out. We can see some local people selling some local goods that you might want to buy or just check out. Either way, the views are stunning of the surrounding mountains. There's even a church there and lots of little alleys with some pretty views of the town of Cusco and some beautiful little businesses with some gorgeous murals that you can check out as well. Alright everybody, Vanessa and I are Twinkieing, as you can tell, and we are going to get some food at Greenpoint. Super excited. It's supposed to be the best vegan place in all of Cusco. So we tried just walking in, like, we own the place, and they're like, no, you don't have a reservation? No. So this must be really good food, although we were able to snag a reservation for about 30 minutes, so we're gonna kill some time and come back, and hopefully the food is worth the wait.
A few moments later.
So first impressions of Greenpoint. The display and attention to detail and decorations are astounding. It's kind of tucked behind this little alleyway, as you can see. And there's lots of greens, lots of lights, lots of decorations hanging. Very busy for an off dinner hour, off lunch hour. It's like 3 p.m. So usually this is pretty slow playing for restaurants, but definitely busy, which is a good sign. So let's see what food we can get today. Here at Greenpoint Restaurant, actually there's a thing called Jacob's Brewery, and I believe the brews here are actually brewed in-house at Greenpoint. I got the Tangerine IPA, and also got a delicious looking strawberry juice, and we got some Indian potatoes, which they're growing in the Andes, so I know that makes me unique, but I don't know what else. But either way, I'm really excited to dive in and try it out. Here's the beer, the Tangerine IPA. That's pretty good. It's a little bitter. I wish it was a little bit more tangerine and like light, but still really tasty. Just maybe not exactly what I pictured it to be. That's beautiful.
It is.
And here is Vanessa's strawberry juice. Good?
So good.
Yeah, it looks. How could it not be good when it looks like that?
Oh my gosh.
So it looks like, everybody, we have an aioli base, a ketchup base, and a mustard base.
This also tastes like ketchup.
It's sweeter and lighter.
It's like a chili sauce.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. So that was the coolest intro I've ever gotten to my dishes being brought. The waitress has this beautiful presentation of this taku, and she took off the little cover that was holding in the heat and the aromas, and she let us smell it. It has beautiful charred smell.
Permítame. Con hierba luisa y
Qué
romero.
bueno.
Y por supuesto nuestra salsa de tecuchillo. Tiene un poco de arroz, plátano. Y nuestra y aquí está nuestro ají, tomate, cebolla y un poco de pimienta.
And the portion is absolutely massive as well. My dish looks very simple compared to hers, but it's okay. I'm excited to try them both. Going up these stairs, it's still hard, but the views don't get old. Beautiful.
We then stopped back at our Airbnb house, but there is more than just our unit, guys. This is the laundry room and common area, which I often use to get some work done because the views from here are absolutely unreal. You can see the mountains and all the beautiful buildings, which we'll actually explore up close later on in the day. We had to get a little bit of work done at our Airbnb, but of course, like I said, we had to head back out to see and explore a lot more of what Cusco had to offer, including looking at some beautiful sort of local products down in the shopping areas.
Vanessa, show me what you just bought.
Oh, a little llama.
A llama or alpaca? We're going with the llama.
Says, oh, Cusco?
Can you teach me how these work, Vanessa?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
A button.
Okay.
Slide this back. Bam! It's a glove.
It's a finger puppet. Perfect for children. So as you can see, they're very typical Incan Peruvian designs, really beautiful and vibrant colors, perfect for coins or anything else.
We went on to walk down this ancient Incan cobblestone street, which I'm not even going to attempt to say, which has a really beautiful 12-angled stone, which I'm going to explain to you the meaning of.
Hi everybody, here we are at the famous 12-sided stone here in Cusco. It's a very famous stone, and you can only get really a picture of it if you're here early in the morning or late at night. And the 12 side symbolizes the 12 true Incas back from the Incan times in the empire. Make sure to check it out while you're in Cusco, Peru.
And of course, we had to get into the thick of things and check out the Plaza de Armas, which is the main square in the historic center of Puebla. It is absolutely gorgeous, a great place to do some people watching, but there are many beautiful structures such as the Iglesia de la Compañía de Jesús, which is a Catholic church built in 1765. It has lots of beautiful little architectural touches showing the Spanish and Incan sort of influence over the buildings here. Also, there's the Cusco Cathedral, which is the main cathedral in the Plaza de Armas. It is massive and also gorgeous. And don't forget about the statue of Pachacuti, who was an old Incan leader during the Incan Empire.
All right, everybody, we are walking up the stairs to see potentially the best sunset spot in all of Cusco. We're walking up the stairs from Airbnb, which means I'm already out of breath. 10 stairs in, and just a word to the wind, or word of caution, what do you want to say? To catch my breath. There are a lot of stray dogs in South America, and Cusco is no exception. So make sure that they're not vicious, make sure they're not confrontational, because you don't want to get in a territorial battle with normally friendly animals, but ones that are a little more rough around the edges. Almost there, I hope. And as you can see, only a few minutes walking, and the views are already incredible, guys. You can see the whole town of Cusco, the valley between the mountains. What a beautiful city. So we are just approaching golden hour, and instead it would take us 15 minutes to scramble up from my Airbnb to the close by Cristo Blanco, or White Jesus, for lack of a better translation. Vanessa, did it take us 15 minutes?
I don't know. Honestly, I blacked out.
Honestly, yeah, closer to 20. They also have these trees, which have a really interesting feeling, where the paper, or the bark almost was like flimsy tissue paper coming off, and they used to be more abundant during the Inca Empire, but when the Spaniards came, they didn't see a need for them. They wanted to plant more sturdy trees that they could use for buildings, so they're actually pretty scarce, but they were used back for fire because they were so easy to light up back in the Inca days. So really interesting. Keep your eyes out for those trees. As soon as you feel it, feel almost like baklava to me, you'll know what I'm talking about. We finally made it. Cristo Blanco, lit up for when the sun starts to set. And as you can see and probably hear, it is definitely a well-known place for good reason. The sun is starting to set in the west. Yeah, in the west. Really pretty stuff. So the great thing about this statue is you can see it from anywhere in the city, so seeing up close is really cool because it's lit up, as you can see from that light over there. It's 26 feet tall, which is pretty respectable but not massive. And it's also in a really cool area about the northern part of Cusco. And it's also right by one of the biggest tourist attractions. Right behind me is the sun setting in the distance, Sacsayhuaman. is right nearby, which is super popular ruins that a lot of people want to see when they come to Cusco. So maybe you can combine the two in a day, visit Sacsayhuaman during the day, and come to Cristo Blanco for a nice sunset. Sounds like a good idea, right? So it was definitely worth it, everybody. The sunset is unreal. So gorgeous. The sun is absolutely bleeding into the sky. So a lot of people definitely come here on tours, everybody, even after like sunset. It's that beautiful sort of dusk time. It's still pretty popping up here. It's still cold, but the views of the city lights and the remnants of the sunset still make it worth hanging out. So in typical wanderlust woman fashion, we stayed out too late at the place, and now we're walking back in the dark in an area we don't know to get back to Airbnb, but we are stumbling upon the famous Sacsayhuaman, which I was just telling you about earlier. I can't wait to go back another day and actually explore them in their totality and see some of the more fascinating aspects of Incan architecture, culture, everything that you can see right here in Cusco. Pretty crazy. And you can see things like I just saw. These ladies, which I'm sure they were working all day in town, getting people to take pictures with their animals and getting money, and they're probably walking back up at night now that as people are out. Back to where they live, probably in the highlands area out of Cusco itself. And getting back to our Airbnb, we're walking down probably one of the most scenic walking streets. I'll show you some footage of when it's really light out and beautiful. The street is called Siete Borreguitos, which means the 7 sheep. And it's gorgeous, ornately designed with these pots, beautiful colors, and layers of steps going up. So definitely have to check it out, whether you're coming through or just see it in itself.
As you can imagine, we were starving from all of that walking, so luckily our host Alejandro was hosting a dinner for us and some other people staying at the guest house.
Bienvenidos a todos, welcome all of you guys. Locro de zapallo, tenemos los chifles, esto es...
How was it, Vanessa?
Yeah, that meal was unbelievable. Our host Alejandro actually made us some local Cusco food, made vegan of course, which ended an unbelievable first day in Cusco. But make sure to follow along to see the rest of our trip in Peru. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.